It's showtime, folks. Welcome in Tuesday edition. Chase and Big Joe, 1025, 1063, The Game. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe and Dr. Crane Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Ian hanging out back there somewhere as well. Who else is back there with you?
Got Paolo.
Oh, hi, Paolo.
Got a handsome intern back there. How must we forget that? What's up, Paolo? All right, now.
I just saw the top of his head and thought it was Ian.
It's the handsome Paolo.
So
man.
there we go. What's up, JoJo?
Why couldn't we have cool names? Why couldn't our parents name us something cool? Like Paolo's.
I mean,
a cool
Chase
name.
is pretty cool.
It's okay.
On the chase.
Yeah, it's okay.
Chase is on the case.
I mean, Nick is okay. Like it's like, oh, you nicked yourself shaving. I mean, Joe's like, bleh, but Paolo. I mean, it sounds good. If you could have any name, what would you name? Rename yourself?
Max Power.
Love it. Love it. Oh, what about you, Dr. Crane?
I don't know, like maybe like a Giorgio or a Alessandro.
Yes.
Yeah. Not Fabio. Fabio's too mainstream.
I like Gabriel, like the fallen angel.
Saint
Right?
Gabriel. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, right? I'd like that. That would be kind of cool. So for now on, call me Gabriel.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll do. Like Peter Gabriel?
No, like Gabriel.
Okay.
It's Gabriel.
Gotcha.
It's a name that like Gabriel. He must be a model. Then they see me like, probably not.
So do you like the nickname Gabe? Not a fan of Gabe?
Not,
Just Gabriel.
Don't like Gabe.
Okay.
The Gabriel sounds solid.
Yeah.
It just
No, that's
it kind
good.
of opens the door for you.
That's good.
And then it immediately shuts.
I just I opened Twitter and I see the St. Louis Blues have unveiled new uniforms.
Have they?
They have. They're going to kind of their old school lighter blue.
Okay.
So they're okay.
Did the Bruins do something too yesterday? They unveiled a new B? I think they did. Did a whole mock up of
that might be the new third jersey.
Oh, okay.
Because
Why would you get away from
yeah,
what has been iconic?
yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure.
But I was like, I'm not watching 2-minute video of this. Just let me know what you're doing. I'm not going to watch all that. Just let me know if you're
Just send
changing
me a
it.
recap.
Yeah, right. Can you do it in 8 seconds or
Oh,
less?
they did. They tweaked logo, hint at jersey change for 25-26. Yeah, it doesn't look that much different. It's just a little bit of a different font, but not that much. We'll ask Hal Gill at 10:30 when he joins us, former Boston Bruin.
Yeah, there you go.
Get his thoughts on it. Derek Mason going to join us. Big event for MTSU tonight.
Not our Derek Mason, pal.
No.
No.
Coach Derek Mason.
Coach Derek Mason. Although I think our Derek Mason would be a good. If I'm a receiver, why would you not want to learn from Derek Mason? Right? Our Derek Mason. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Why would you not want to learn from him? If I'm a receiver, why not listen to the guy who played 14 years in the NFL?
Yeah.
Not some bozo who got cut by the Edmonton
I think it's
Eskimos.
15, actually.
Don't do that, right? So we got all that stuff in there.
Well, there you go.
So
All right,
make it-
give us our countdown. That's your cue, Dr. Crane. Thought we did this every day.
Yeah, right?
I don't know.
Dr. Crane's busy back there.
He's on.
he's on the
already,
phone.
He's already on the phone. I didn't realize he was on the phone.
That's okay. We'll wait till he gets
Okay.
off. And
Are we not ready yet? I'll move on.
So what you been? Oh, real quick. I gripe about Donaldson Pike. Listen, why do they open roads when they're not ready?
Oh yeah, they do that stuff all.
Why
the time.
not? Look, Donaldson Pike is a disaster. BNA and TDOT should be embarrassed how bad it is over there. Why do you open part of it? Can you not wait and open it all at one time? Now it's even worse than it was before. It took me 25 minutes to get from one set of Donaldson to the radio station. 25 minutes. Hell, I could have taken a drone and gotten here quicker. 25 minutes. So I'm just curious about that. Why they open roads when they're not done. And I feel better after that. All right,
I
Dr.
know.
Crane?
I know.
Yes, we are 60 days away from the opening of a college football season. 60 days away from the opening of the college football season. So real quick, our favorite number 60 numbers. Chase McCabe, you have one that comes to your mind off the top of your head.
I mean, Ben Jones can't go wrong there.
Ben Jones, absolutely. It was I hate to see him retire. I get it.
Well, especially how he went out, with the concussions and everything, and I don't think he was quite done yet.
No, but I get it. He had a nice career, drafted in 12 by the Texans after a nice career down in Georgia. Number 60, I mean, it's the great Oakland Raider pass rusher, Otis Sistrunk.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, the guy I don't think he went to college either. I think he went played in a semi-pro league or something and ended up being in the NFL. Otis Sistrunk is a name. You bring his name up. Badass. Falcons fans, you know the name Tommy Nobis. Should be in the Hall of Fame. He's not. Great lineman for the Falcons. Number 60 back in the day. So we're 60 days away from the opening of the college football season.
In NASCAR, I think of the Xfinity Series, and Mark Martin would run the number 60.
What, are you really?
He was number 6 in Cup and then number 60 in the Xfinity Series.
Okay.
Carl Edwards ran the 60 in the Xfinity Series. Greg Biffle. Now Ryan Preece runs it in the Cup Series.
Mark Martin, short guy.
He is. A lot of drivers are short.
But he's like really short.
I guess
5'4", 5'5".
I don't know. Probably.
I thought you're the racing guy.
I don't know their height and weight though.
Who's the tallest guy in NASCAR right now?
I have no idea.
How tall is Michael Waltrip?
He's probably like 6'5".
6'5".
Yeah.
Tallest driver ever?
I don't know.
You know all these things.
I don't know the heights.
How tall is Dale Sr.?
I have no idea.
Your favorite racer, you don't know how tall
I have
he
no
is.
idea. No. I don't know.
5'10", 5'11"?
I don't know.
5'11".
I don't know.
Okay. You're going to find out today as well to do that. All right. So I have an exciting question of the day for us.
Okay.
So 10 o'clock, we had Derek Mason, 10:30, Hal Gill. Preds got the draft this week. This is a non-sports question, but it's something I want to get your opinion on. And there's no correct answer out there, friends. It's June. We're having a good time with this. Here's a question of the day. Dr. Crane, did you get my email? Okay. Check your email real quick, if you don't mind. All right. Love you, man. Here's your question, Chase. Ready for this?
Yeah,
you ready?
Sure.
All right. What's wrong?
We're not ready for anything.
No, it's okay. It's all right, man. If this show was fluid, I'd walk out of here like, what the hell's going on here? What is, and our listeners out there, you got to weigh in, 615-737-1025. What is the best opening line to any song of all time? What is your favorite opening line to any song of all time? There is no right answer. There's no wrong answer. What is your favorite opening line to any song of all time? What comes to mind first?
Like you're not talking about the chorus. You were talking about the first words.
Yep. The opening lines. Well, line, two.
Hang on. I want to make
okay.
I want to make sure I have it right.
All right. Okay. Get it right. Dr. Crane, you ready? I love this line here. I mean, she danced by me and painted on jeans. What more do you need to know from that song? I mean, I love that line from Billy Ocean.
That's a
she
good one.
Danced by me and painted on jeans.
He was a hard-headed man. He was brutally handsome, and she was terminally pretty.
Yes. Is that the opening to
She held him up,
Fast Lane,
and he held her for ransom in the heart of a cold, cold city.
Yes.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Say the opening line again.
He was a hard-headed man. He was brutally handsome, and she was terminally pretty. She held him up, and he held her for ransom in the heart of a cold, cold city.
Terminally pretty is a great,
so good.
Great line. Dr. Crane, you got anything comes to mind for you?
Yes. Randy Travis, 1982. Operator, connect me to 1982.
That's a good one.
And what's the next line after that? Operator, please connect me
to 1982.
And there's a line after
that.
I know.
That
sets it up. It's good.
That was the first thing that popped in my brain.
That's all right, man. There's no wrong answer.
Operator, please connect me with 1982. I need to make apologies for what I didn't do.
Yes. That's a great opening line. What's the Clint Black Killing Time? You were the first thing that I thought of. When I drank
you off my mind.
It's a great line. I mean, that is
You were the first thing that I thought of when I thought I drank you off my mind. When I get lost in the liquor, you're the only one I find. And if I did the things I oughta, you still would not be mine. So I'll keep a tight grip on the bottle, get loose and killing time.
Fabulous.
If you ever take we all like songs and we'll sing the songs, but read the lyrics to the songs. That's what the problem I have with some new music is they don't mean anything, but you go and actually read some of these lyrics. Like it's just like, whoa,
Yeah,
what are
right?
they going through?
Exactly.
What was the songwriter going through?
I mean, that's Clint Black. That's a fantastic opening line to a song. I mean, we default to like "Welcome to the Jungle." They have fun and games, and that's like, all right, you know where you're going.
That's about drugs. So
it is about drugs. So you know where you're going with that. I thought it's just a fun June topic because we all know these lines, and there's no right or wrong answer to these. So 615-737-1025, just your favorite opening line to a song.
That is our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. I have a feeling you will hear some of these songs as we go along throughout the show. Again, Coach Derek Mason, MTSU, going to join us at 10 o'clock. Hal Gill at 10:30. And speaking of Hal, this Friday, join us at Bridgestone Arena for a party like no other and celebrate the future of Smashville at the Nashville Predators 2025 NHL Draft Party. More details at theGameNashville.com/events, and you can catch our draft night in Smashville coverage on Friday beginning at 6 o'clock, powered by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 429. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
Come on.
That's a good one right there. And that one was on our text line. I was like, oh, we got to play that. Little George Jones, he stopped loving her today.
Funny that the great Bobby Braddock wrote this song. He also wrote, God is great, beer is good, people are crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, this
I mean, how do we talk over this?
I don't. I'll tell you this, and this is a bold statement, what I'm about to say.
Okay.
George Jones doing this song is iconic, right?
Sure.
When Alan Jackson sang it at his funeral, though, I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Because
like there was no person on planet Earth that could have done that any better than Alan Jackson. And I mean, like when he hit the, at the very end of the song, he stopped loving her today, and they had Nancy in the shot and stuff, and it was like, oh my goodness.
It was 12 years ago.
He passed
away in 2013.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So that's a good one. Our question of the day, a little off, it's not a sports question, a little off kilter,
that's what we're famous for.
I don't know. Your favorite opening line to a song. That was one. We'll get to our text line in just a second, but CJ wants to weigh in on this on our phone line. CJ, what's up?
We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Place where even squares can have a ball.
There you go. That's a good one.
I don't know. I mean, that's got to be up there, right?
Oh, I think so.
There's no that's
Muskogee.
That's the beautiful part about this, CJ. There's no wrong or right answer. That's a beautiful song.
Well, it's completely subjective, and I will tell you this: the music business, the music is subjective. Sports is a competition, and music is an exhibition of talent. And so, in other words, you can go out and play a show and have maybe your worst night and get the biggest ovation you've ever had. Go out, have the worst night you've ever had at a high level in a sporting event and see how that goes. So exhibition versus, and you hear that too, bands playing against each other. Oh, we blew those guys away. Really? Because it's an exhibition of your talent, not a competition of your talent.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Thanks for the call, CJ.
That's a great call, CJ.
Yeah, that was good.
Holy
really
cow.
Good. All right, here's what we got on the text line. So David in Portland is who said he stopped loving her today. Joey from Gallatin. I like big butts. Intro.
Well, you know exactly what the song's about, man.
Two texts in a row said I like big butts by Sir Mix-a-Lot. That's funny. Andrew says we're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
What song is that? I gotta sing it. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Oh yeah, Rickroll. Thank you. Damn it! You got me.
Let's see. We took a trip to Garden Grove. It smelled like Lou Dog inside a van. Garden Grove by Sublime. I don't know that one.
I don't either, but I like the line though.
Yeah. This is a good. I feel like I've known all of these so far. 8586. I could be holding you tonight.
I could be
holding you tonight.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Let's see. Led Zeppelin. Andrew from Dover says "Black Dog" by Led Zeppelin.
What's the opening line?
Is that "Hey Mama, so the way you move gonna make something like that"?
Maybe. Okay.
Let's see. Hey Mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Just like that. Joey from Bellevue. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
I mean, that sets up the song. So yeah.
Let's see. Stephanie says today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Throw it back. Is that Third Eye Blind?
Nope. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Right now. All right. I mean, I know the song. Who?
Isn't it Wonderwall?
Okay. Yeah. Oasis. Okay. Yeah. Dale says Jimi Hendrix all on the Watchtower. There must be some kind of way out of here. Said the Joker to the thief. Must be some kind of way out of here.
Here's a good one. Jim from Springfield. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law.
Great one. I mean, that's just an iconic.
You know, it like when songs kind of get adopted by a city or a team, like I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but in the fourth quarter when they play Renegade, like that's one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like, okay. And that like there's even like some pictures for the Pirates that'll use it as like a, you know, tribute. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. I could go on talking or I could stop, ring out each memory till I get every drop. I don't know that one. That was 9270.
I need you to sing them. That's how I.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
We need David Janes in here to sing these.
Sorry, these are jumping all over the place. 4702. Well, I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison.
I mean, how iconic is that, right?
And I went to pick her up in the rain. Let's see. 2525. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
Is that sympathy for the
I think so.
Stones?
Yes. Sympathy for the devil. Scott from Franklin. Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion, unobtrusive. Plays that song that's so elusive, and the magic music makes your morning mood.
Rush. That's
Spirit
a
of the
great
radio.
song.
Yep. Opening line to Shine Down, Sound of Madness. I know that song. I don't know the opening line. Josh says it's not the opening line, but it's close. Forget your lust for the rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. And you can do this, oh babe, if you try. And all that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied.
It's a good one. All right, let me read. See if you get this one. Rob sent me a text and says, "If you know this one, I'm going to ask you, Chase. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile."
American Pie.
That boy, job, man.
That's a good one. Love the Patrick says, love this question. Tears for Fears. Everyone wants to rule the world. The opening line of welcome to your life. There is no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you.
Ooh. You know what? I've sang that song a billion times, but I've never stopped and read that opening line.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
3480.
Yes.
I wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head. I got an old coat for a pillow, and the earth was last night's bed.
Woo!
I don't know where I'm going. Only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on a run, 6-gun lover, candle in the wind.
That Blaze of Glory, right?
Yep.
From not the band.
It says, Joe, you got to sing this one.
Not the band, but Bon Jovi from Young Guns 2, which is a great movie. Wake up every morning and I raise my way. Oh, it's so
Phil
good.
says, stop talking. Okay.
Phil Grand?
No, not that Phil.
Stop Talking is not a good opening line of a song.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of all that.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand.
Warren Zevon.
Yep.
It's David Letterman's favorite song, too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect. Dr. Grant, I'm surprised you didn't come with us with a Luke Combs song or a Morgan Wallen song.
He likes older country.
Yeah. I don't know, Joe. I've been busy back here. My mind hasn't really been on the first, sentence of a song. So.
What's Paolo's favorite line of a song?
What's wrong, buddy? Are you worried about Skillet?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, Skillet's great. He's in better hands.
He's probably not great right now. I mean, wasn't it today?
Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, so he's
tomorrow.
just sitting around wondering when you're going to come back and get him.
It'll
Maybe.
be July
False
12th. Yeah, we'll be
It's
all right.
false hope.
Are you just telling me you went out for milk and cigarettes?
I had bacon with my dinner last night, and I was like, man, this is going to be Skillet in a few weeks.
But it's going to be seasoned and cured beautifully. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Brett Kern's in support of this, so thanks, Brett.
Yeah,
he is.
we all are. So we're here too as well. I've never known anybody who went out and bought a hog. My brother bought a cow. It's fantastic, but I've just never like a hog. I mean, just a little different, which is good. Fine.
My dad told me a story when my grandfather never met. They had a cattle. They had a bunch of cattle, and they had to, put down one of the cows.
Wait, verbally or physically?
Physically.
Okay.
Yep. So, anyways, they named him Johnny. And so my uncle and my dad are sitting at the kitchen table, and my grandfather goes, "So how's that burger taste?" I go, "Pretty good." Why? He goes, "Oh, that was Johnny. Johnny tastes pretty good, doesn't he?" And they all bust out laughing.
Put the name with when somebody tweeted in that day or texted in and said, "Don't name him. You made the mistake in naming him. That was the problem."
Here's the thing: a lot of people name their livestock. People don't realize that.
Yeah, people do that.
Okay, but you're like, I mean, you're not personally going to eat him. I mean, you're like, oh, Butch went off to the slaughterhouse, and then you don't see Butch again. But you're actually going to eat skillet.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'll tell you, like I told Chase, I'm fascinated by all that. Fascinated.
If I was going to have a pig that was going to do the same thing that you did, I would name him Breakfast.
That's perfect.
We can do a question of the day later this summer. Name Dr. Crane's next pig.
Yeah, right?
I think next time it'll be either a cow or, this will be tough. I don't know what other animal I'd go after to, purchase.
All right. What about a hyena?
No, I don't think you can do that.
There's so many jokes that I'm just gonna let go.
Yeah, don't.
2087 said, I was just listening to this the other day and thought this is such a fantastic song. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby.
Yes.
Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I say?
Oh, I know our next bump song. Yes.
We can go on together.
When Dwight Yoakam did the cover of that,
It's good.
Gosh,
It's good. Elvis is better.
I almost took
good.
my shirt off when Dwight Yoakam sang that.
Do that. Here's a good one. 7988. See if you know this. It's a very simple line. The world is a vampire.
I do not.
Butterfly, bullet with butterfly wings, Smashing Pumpkins.
I do not.
The world is a vampire.
No,
that's a good one.
Okay.
That is our question of the day. Your favorite opening line to a song. A lot of you participating in this. 615-737-1025. We'll continue to get to this as we go throughout the show here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. And we're broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. Sing it, Elvis.
I love you too much, baby. Turn it a little bit, Vernon.
Why can't you see
This is later Elvis, right?
Yes.
Like 70s?
what you're doing to me?
Set up, Ginger.
When you don't believe
a word I'm saying.
Come on, Dr. Crane.
Come on, Linda.
Okay. All right, question of the day that we'll be doing throughout the show. Opening line to a song, your favorite one. A lot of good ones that have come through on our text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. But now you have a college football question.
All right, so last week the Los Angeles Lakers were bought for $10 billion, right? $10 billion. So Chase McCabe, I ask you, what if you could buy a college football program? How much would the Alabama Crimson Tide go for?
Ooh.
How much would Ohio State go for? You could buy 134 Division I football programs.
Okay,
BS.
so would all right. What would be number one? Alabama?
Got to be Alabama. I just think it would be.
Notre Dame's probably up there.
True. Pete Weber
Yeah.
would buy Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But what would it go for? Would it go for $10 billion?
Oh.
If you made college football programs like pro teams, you could buy them. What would they go? I mean, Notre Dame, you're probably right.
Well, the last NFL team to sell was Washington. They went for like $6.1 billion.
Right.
The Cowboys would probably go for 20.
Probably. Yeah, you're right. No.
So I would say Alabama's probably. I mean,
10 billion? Would it go for 10 billion?
Probably.
I mean, somebody'd buy that program for $10 billion.
Just the football program.
Just
right?
the football
Yeah.
program. If you made them all, I mean, you talk about the blue bloods, air quotes of those that go on, but I think that's what it would be. I mean, you would look at that. I mean, you the typical ones, but if you could buy, would you buy a LSU football? I'd buy LSU. LSU, you own LSU.
Yeah,
you own
LSU.
LSU football team.
It'd be funny to kind of price these out, like in the SEC. Texas would be.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, Texas would be up there, I think, with Alabama
Easily, all the oil money. But I'd
what
like
would Tennessee be?
That's a good. I mean,
I'd say
probably-
Tennessee probably would be like 5 or 6.
Yeah. I mean, is Tennessee,
if we're going on NFL standards and
is
just
Tennessee an
big
all-time
brands.
top 20 college football program?
Ooh.
I say it
All-time
is.
top 20. Okay. Bama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan, no particular order.
No.
USC. That's 5 probably. All time, man, this is tough.
I'm trying to find the stat that will help you out. Where are you?
Is LSU in there?
I don't think
the
so.
last few years, yeah. I mean, last 20 years.
All right, here we go. Most all-time wins in the FBS.
Okay.
I got the top 12. Number 12 is LSU, 815 wins. Number 11, Tennessee, 875 wins. So Tennessee's
then I
in
put
there.
them in there.
Number 10, USC, 882. Number 9, Georgia, 892. Would you rank Georgia ahead of Tennessee or LSU? I don't think I would rank them ahead of LSU. I think I'd rank LSU ahead of Georgia. That's just me.
You got to take recency bias out of it because Georgia was pretty mediocre for a long time.
They won one in 80.
Yeah, with Vince Dooley.
Yep, and Herschel.
Number
8, coming in at 924 wins, Nebraska.
I was wondering if they'd be in there. So, yeah, okay.
Number 7, come on, guys. James Franklin at Penn State, 943.
Yeah,
Penn
historic.
State is in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Number 6, Oklahoma, 950 wins. Number 5, Texas, 961. 4, Notre Dame, 962. 3, Alabama.
Dylan in
964.
Antioch says we're overrating Alabama.
How? Ohio State second. Michigan is 1. Michigan's number 1. They got 1,012 wins.
Yeah. I mean, Alabama, and you said Alabama was 4?
Third.
Third?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you can not like Alabama. That's fine. But, I mean, you got to give them credit.
But
They
this-
have two of the greatest coaches of all time.
This is a business deal. It ain't love. This is a business deal.
Sure.
So Alabama would get $10 billion. I think it's Alabama football.
I don't know. I'm rethinking that. Michigan might be a little bit more
Than Alabama.
Yeah. $10 billion's a lot of money. I mean, that like when the Lakers went for $10 billion, I was like, what?
Yep. I mean, $10 billion for the Lakers. I mean, that's a ton.
And you know who's like doing backflips right now?
Magic.
Him, but NFL owners.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, I know she says she won't, but in a few years when that stadium's open, I don't care what the team is. I would start making some phone calls.
$6
won't.
billion plus a stadium.
Oh, I think now she'd get more than 6.
I don't know.
If she sold it in 5 years, I think because you're going to overpay. Like don't sit here and tell me what it's worth. Like I know what they're probably worth. I think they were valued at like 4, but you'll get more. Somebody will overpay for it. That's where the market's going, and there's only so many billionaires out there.
Oh, is this Dr. Crane has sent me something? Cultural programs are valued in the hundreds of millions to over $1 billion. Ohio State, is this from the AI overview? Ohio State's number 1 at nearly $2 billion. Then Texas, Michigan, Georgia, Notre Dame, LSU, Penn State, Tennessee.
Tennessee's over $1 billion.
And there's no Alabama on this, so I don't. This is
Yeah,
I'm
That's for the
away.
top 10 as of 2020, January 22nd of 25. I sent it to both of
Alabama,
you.
the Alabama football legacy is massive. Is it more than an NFL team? I don't know. I'd like to see your opinion.
Probably not.
More
I
than
think-
the Jags,
Yeah,
Panthers. I think that's Alabama
think-
football.
I understand, but I think that we are letting our college football SEC bias
That's fine.
get in the way a little bit.
They back up with championships. You
Sure,
said it best.
sure.
They've had 2 of the greatest coaches of all time.
But I mean, like, it's hard. I think it's really hard because it's not the whole athletic department. So it's just football that we're
I don't
thinking
want.
about.
I don't athletic department. Even football team. You think Haslam would like to buy Tennessee football? Hell yeah, you would.
Sure.
They all would. You're buying the program. And there'll be some, boosters will buy Kentucky football. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all for sale. People will buy those.
Bud says, I think the value of a college football team would be incorrect correlation to the size of the stadium.
Huh?
He was basically saying that you can't use the size of the stadium to.
I'm
Back
not.
to the
I'm
value.
using the legacy
Yeah.
value, the monetary value of what the legacy is.
Yeah. And how much money the program brings in, too.
What do you like? Like, man, yeah, Chase owns that guy owns Notre Dame. He owns a Notre Dame football team. He owns a Notre Dame football. Do you think we come to a point one day where that is what happens?
Probably.
I don't see why not. And they own it. Somebody owns Notre Dame football.
Like, if the state of Alabama looked at the true value of the Alabama football team and sold it, like the state of Alabama would have interstates paved with gold.
Somebody would pay in the
Sure.
billions
Sure
for
they
that
would.
program.
Yeah.
They would. On down. I mean, it'd be different. Like, like another school like Clemson would bring in billions.
Sure.
I'm just telling you, it would bring in billions. And state schools would too as well. Like a South Carolina bring in money.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bring in the money of an Alabama or a Florida, but I mean, even.
I do agree with Dylan. He said just saying some of those northern schools would be more valuable. I think Michigan.
Tell me why Michigan's more valuable than Alabama.
I mean, championships, I guess Alabama has more probably, but
But
wins. I mean, Michigan's got more wins.
But go off of the legacy. Who do you get? Alabama, or Michigan?
I think it depends on where you are asking that question.
True. All right.
I mean, they're like, I'm trying to look at it objectively. Down here, absolutely, we're saying Alabama. But nationally, I think people are going to say Michigan.
What about Ohio State?
Probably with them. I think Notre Dame might get number 2 just because they're Notre Dame.
Tell me a school you would buy that's not one of the top 25 schools that you would like to, a college football program you would like to own.
All right, let me think about this. I'll answer that coming up next.
All right.
We'll do that. 615-737-1025. Coach Derek Mason joining us at the top of the hour. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, and you can tune in to 94.9 The Fan. Tonight is the Nashville Sounds take on the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Pregame at 5:50, first pitch at 6:05. You can also listen on the app and at thegamenashville.com. Sounds Baseball is presented by Twin Peaks and Family Leisure. That's a good one.
Yes.
First lines from songs. So good. Little nothing but a good time. Poison. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063 The Game on this Tuesday. All right. So you asked me if I could buy a college football program.
Yep. Not in the top 20, not your typical top 20, 25.
I don't know why this was I'm going to go with the first one that came to mind.
Okay.
The Duke Blue Devils. academic school, maybe not a ton of expectations, but I can get them, for a reasonable price.
Their stadium is named after a former Alabama coach.
Is it really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
You got it. Dr. Crane. So we got Duke off the table.
Texas Tech, no hesitation.
God, that was number 2 for me.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The history with Mike Leach and just that air raid offense. And say, for instance, you do buy Texas Tech, you got Patrick Mahomes and waiting in the wing.
You ever been to Lubbock?
No.
Pretty badass.
Really?
Right on the west part of Texas, man. It's nothing around it for hundreds of miles. Yep. I'm buying this simply for the cosmetic of it all because it's a beautiful campus, a beautiful stadium with the backdrop. I'm buying the Utah Utes.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think to me, I mean, they're right on the edge of being a top 20 program, but that's not why. But the enjoying a game, they love that team. That team's good. It's be fun to watch a game out there. BYU's great, but give me Utah.
8586 has a perfect one that I wish I'd thought of. North Dakota State.
Not Division I.
Oh, it has to be. Yeah.
They are at Division I, just
North
FCS.
Dakota State. No. I'm talking the 134 FBS teams. North Dakota State. But you could throw it in there if you want. If you want to drop down about it.
You could do FCS.
They thought about making the transition. They might.
So it's Chase.
Just go home.
I'm so sorry. Sorry on that one.
Just go home.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Who
boy.
painted UC Saros blue?
What?
The bobblehead UC Saros. He's blue.
Oh, that's his Admiral's uniform.
Oh, okay. I was like, did somebody
The bobbleheads over there have taken a beating.
I repaired 4 of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the culprits.
Who's the far right predator? Looks like the lead singer of You Try Fine Young Cannibals. You drive me crazy. Who is that?
Is that Focoon?
Is that Vocoon?
Bingo.
That's Foky.
The next to him looks like a young Bob Hope. Hey, about that weird crotch.
Pecorine.
That's Pecorine?
Yeah.
The next to him looks like a young Conway Twitty.
Scotty Hartnell.
All right. I can't see any of these. Who's the Reds pitcher?
Sonny Gray.
That's Sonny Gray?
Yep.
Is that a Hispanic Sonny Gray? Is that our man Derek Mason?
It is with a head injury.
I'm sorry, this is great radio, folks, but who's next to UC Saros?
Keith Bullock.
That's Keith Bullock. He looks like Grace Jones. He's got gray hair. Keith Bullock doesn't have gray hair. Who's next to him on the left there then?
Byard.
That's Kevin Byard. Okay, all right. And then
Dyson.
looks like Bubba Gump. Something like him. These bobbleheads are terrible. Who's next to him?
Eddie.
That looks nothing like Eddie George.
Looks like Wesley Snipes. And then Jeff Fisher.
Oh, I could tell that Fisher one from 5 miles
Mustache.
away. All right. Sorry, folks. We got a little diverted there. Yeah. So you would buy Duke. I can't believe you came with Texas. That was my number 2.
It's a good one.
It's a good program. I mean,
North Carolina could be a good one too. But I just
Yeah.
said Duke.
But you got to deal with that girl.
Yeah.
You fire her? Does Chase McCabe fire her on day 1?
Hell yeah. I'd probably fire Belichick too.
You don't fire her. She comes to your office. Hey, Chase, you busy? You're like, oh, Lord.
we're on a recruiting trail.
Right?
Where's Bill? Don't worry about where Bill is. I know, but I need to talk to him.
Not
No,
today,
you
you don't. Yeah, out of here. I don't know. I mean, like Florida, the Gators would be fun. I mean, but those are top 25 programs. But I'd probably buy any of them. Tennessee would be fun. That'd be fun.
Probably not. Is Ole Miss top 20?
Do you know why we'd buy Ole Miss? For one reason.
I got several reasons. You been to that campus?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
fall in love over and over again.
I think when you buy a college program, you buy the legacy, but you buy all that goes with it, the stadium, the surroundings. So
You know what was so funny? The first time I went to Ole Miss, I was probably 22 years old. So I mean, I was college age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I, for about 0.025 seconds, thought I actually had a shot with, any female on that campus. And I realized very quickly that was not the case.
But
I
you
was
thought
there.
about
I
it,
was
though.
there with my buddy, and I was like looking around. I'm like, I want to go talk to some of these
Yeah.
girls, and then I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. Why would I do that?
They'd be like, "What does your dad own?" Oh gosh, we
A
own a
restaurant and a little trailer.
All right, take care of yourself.
Yeah, here's a free drink. Go away.
What does your dad own? He owns a trucking company. I mean, he's usually on his yacht. Okay, here's my number. Okay.
What is your dad on? FedEx. Oh, hey, I know Art.
You heard of Jordan Belfort? Yeah, it's my dad.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, he did just pass away. My
Yeah,
bad.
that's okay. Though. That's
Fred Smith, the owner of FedEx. Yeah, that's my bad. But anyway,
Moving on.
how are you?
Utah Utes. Yep, the Utes. Yep, Johnny Utah. Give me 2. I need 2. I'd buy Utah, Texas Tech. And
They have a good run game.
Who?
Utah.
I'm not buying the run game. I'm buying the program. Right? That's what I'm buying. I'm not putting down on the application. Buying for the run game. I'm not doing that. I'm buying the program. I mean,
Would
it's
you
an
like
interesting
to
question.
pay more for the run game?
Do you know who was smiling that the Lakers got bought for $10 billion? Do you know who Jeannie Buss's fiance is?
Who's she engaged to now? I don't know.
The comedian Jay Moore.
Oh, that's the not funny comedian.
Yes. So the fact that Jay Moore is engaged to Jeannie Buss, who's worth billions, gives every man on this planet hope.
So Jay Moore hosted the NASCAR awards like a few years in a row. And I remember just watching that going like, why is this guy here? And finally, I forgot who it was. It might have been Kyle Busch. Gets up there to do like his speech for something. He didn't win the championship, but you got to go give a speech in the top 10. It gets up there and it was basically like, well, we didn't have the season we wanted, but it was better than whatever that was with Jay Moore.
He's living off of Farley time. He gives those Farley stories, and he does do a very good Norm Macdonald impression. If you've ever seen that.
I think I have.
That's
Seen that.
really good. Other than that, though, I don't know, not funny, but good for him.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to Coach Derek Mason, MTSU. They have a big event tonight. Hard to believe, 60 days from college football. We'll talk to Coach Mason. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, the game on this Tuesday, coming up tonight, 5:30 to 7 at Bridgestone Arena in the Smashville meeting room. It is the Nashville edition of the Blue Raider Blitz, hosted by our own Big Joe Dubin and also Chris Childers of SiriusXM. But, of course, Coach Derek Mason will be there, the head coach of the Blue Raiders. He is on the line with us now. Coach, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, Big Joe, what's happening, man? How's everything going?
We're feeling good. We're trying to stay cool, but we're ready. We're ready for just a few months on August 30th as you guys take on Austin Peay. It's going to be here before you know it.
Right. Hey, listen, I mean, this football team is ready to get back at it. You know, we saw where we were a year ago, and we understand right now that this team is much different. You know, we've got a fair amount of new players, man. We got 62 new players, but the 45 or so guys, man, who were off last year's squad are pretty darn good. So, you know, just trying to infuse the talent, make sure that the chemistry and collaboration is there, and that's what summer's for. But excited, truly excited about filling Floyd Stadium this year.
Before I get into some of the on the field stuff, I have a friend that works at MTSU, and I went out there Saturday, walked around campus. Hadn't really gotten to do that in a while, and of course, I walked over to Floyd Stadium and all the construction that's going on. I know you got to be excited about the Smith Athletic Performance Center. That it's almost there. It's going to be ready to go. The ribbon cutting's on July 30th. That's going to be really, really cool, and I know help not only your team now but the teams to come.
Yeah, you know, the Smith Athletic Performance Center is state of the art when it comes to performance, when it comes to nutrition, recovery. It's much needed in this landscape of college, you know, athletics, where, you know, our student athletes they have the opportunity to recover and train at a high level. And then, you know, you look at the stadium looks gorgeous. What they did with the field turf, it had been a little while, so we dropped in some new turf. The stadium, from the ribbons to the backdrop of the SAPC to what's happening, you know, in and around the stadium with the Jumbotron, it looks like an entirely different place. So we definitely encourage people to come out and take a look at what the new Floyd looks like. And like I said, we plan to fill it in 2025.
Talking to MTSU head football coach Derek Mason. And Coach, how much fun is it? The Blue Raider Blitz comes to Nashville tonight at Bridgestone just to get out and talk football, because for the last 5 months, all we've been talking about is NIL, and it drives me crazy. Now you get to get out and just talk football. How much fun is it to go out and just talk football?
Yeah, this thing is about ball, right? NIL's about, you know, it's something that was definitely, you know, on its way. It's not going backwards, but it's truly about the players in the game. I mean, once you get past all the numbers, you still get back to the simple idea that, you know, this is one of America's pastimes, and it's fun. College football is exciting as it's ever been. So for us to start talking about players, start talking about, you know, what the seasons look like, who can we expect to see, what type of energy do you expect to see from your team this season, and some of these guys who have to step into some roles. That's what I want to be talking about. That's sort of where I push my mind a little bit as we get ready to push from June to July, and then you know, to camp in August. It's definitely about the ball now. All that other stuff is really behind us.
What do you know, back when you played, we would show up in early August and then, you know, put your stuff in the dorm room. Next day you would do your conditioning. Now guys come June 1st. How much better is that, the acclimation projects? I had to tell you, Coach, when I went off to JUCO that first week, I was homesick. I wanted to go home. My mom's like, you ain't coming home. I'm like, all right, I get it. How much better is it now that the guys are on campus in June and they get acclimated to when football starts in August?
Let's be honest. I mean, that was a tough transition. It was almost, you know, zero to 100, you know, extremely fast. Right. Now we ease into it. We have the opportunity to get guys in the month of June. They have an opportunity to, between June and July, to get home a little bit, relieve some of the homesickness. And I think our players have done a good job. When you keep your players here, your older guys are able to mesh with your new guys, your younger guys. They talk about these experiences. That's what team building is about. you have to be able to try to set culture with your team with this idea that, you know, guys are going through things. Guys are now starting to figure this thing out. Training is now pretty much all year round. So camp isn't what camp used to be. You used to go to camp to get ready to play. Now what we're talking about is, you know, how we're connecting this team, how this team is training. And when you go to camp, there's really no more to a day. So we're in this space where, you know, you're practicing and then you're walking through, and it's really more of a pro model than it is the old college model, because guys have trained all year round. So what you're trying to do is take some stress off the body to get these guys primed and ready for the season.
How huge is it that you have Nick Vattiato, a returning senior quarterback who's been through the fire, who puts a team first, but just know that he's going to carry out your work, Coach?
Well, it's to me, it's almost like having a cheat code. You know, Nick knows football. He's played in different offenses. He's familiar with this one for the second year in a row. He put up some numbers last year, but he wants to play his best ball. And we went out and got him an offensive line to keep him upright and to make sure that we can run the football. And he's got as much receiver talent as he's had here in the last couple of years. So, you know, excited about what that looks like. We tried to stock this backfield. We've done a good job of adding a couple of tight ends to the mix. So Nick is one who's trusted the process. And like with that, you sort of have to look into the vision of what your coach is trying to bring to the table. He's fully bought in. He could have left. There were a lot of people that wanted his talents. He decided to stay here. This place is home. You know, NIL is big, but I think his experience here and his ability to want to leave a legacy here is important to him. So to have Nick Vattiato, I think is priceless right now for this program.
We're talking to Coach Derek Mason, MTSU football coach, and you mentioned the run game. I'm excited about your running back room because you got a lot of young guys in there, so guys that you can really mold.
Yeah, you know, we went to the transfer portal and got, you know, Ricky Hunt Jr., who's played at, you know, Ohio University, and I'm familiar with Ohio University, having spent some time there myself. But Jaquel Middlebrook is really the headliner of that room. But when you start to look at these young guys, whether we're talking about, you know, Austin Clemens, whether we're talking about local talent like DJ Taylor, who's the fastest man in the state, and Rocky Chandler, along with Ashton Jones and Brooklyn Davis from Innsworth, we've got talent. It's a young, talented, extremely gifted room that really loves to compete. So what we've seen from that group so far is that not only do they like each other, but they show up every day and they're pushing each other because they don't know what the conference is yet, but these guys, I think, are going to make their mark in this conference, and they're going to do it collectively. So it's going to be running back by committee.
What was your, you know, every coach does this to a player or whatever, but going back to Nick for a second, what was kind of your challenge to him for the off season and something that you wanted him to do to come back to training camp with?
Yeah, I think it was about getting to know these guys. I mean, it's about chemistry. I know what he knows. I understand the level of ball he wants to play at, but it takes commitment from the guys that are in and around him, right? Quarterbacks go to guys that they trust, and trust comes through summer prep, summer workout. So again, getting guys, you know, on the same page. When you look at that room, you know, we're talking about guys like Miles Butler, who played, you know, extremely well a year ago. Gamarion Carter, you know, who was at Vanderbilt and is now poised to, you know, take over a little bit. Transfer from Arizona, A.J. Jones, who I think is extremely talented. The transfer from Michigan, you know, Marion Walker, you know, Najee Cox. I can go on and on. This room is as deep as it's ever been. We may go 8-9 receivers deep.
Woo.
That's how deep the room is. And so the portal was good to us. Guys met. They saw what Amari did a year ago. And, you know, when you look at Holden and Amari, those guys left a lot of catches and a lot of yards out there. So somebody's got to get them.
I love it. Derek Mason with us tonight. The Blue Raider Blitz rolls in the Bridgestone Arena. You can go to goblueraiders.com. $15. That includes parking, food, soft drinks tonight, and a meet and greet with the coach and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. Coach Chase and I were talking earlier, July 30th, when the new student center opens up, the football center opens up. Will you be DJing that day? We want you to DJ that day, Coach.
you may see me on the ones and twos that day for sure. I'm looking at this as really like a reclamation. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I think the facility was announced in 2016, and as we push, it's 2025. It's been a long journey for a lot of folks, but kudos to Larry Maples, Dr. McPhee, Chris Massaro. When you look at the people that were involved in this process, including in the Smith family, it's been crazy. It's been truly amazing to see how far this thing has come. A lot of people put a lot of work into this. I've been through it a couple of times. When they open this thing up, it is going to amaze people what NTSU has on this campus, for student athletes, and what that experience will provide for the future. So extremely excited.
Coach, we're excited to be out for practice again and like we do in training camp, but it's going to be here before we know it. So thanks so much for doing this today, and we'll see you tonight.
Chase, Big Joe, look forward to seeing you tonight. Take care. Let's go Blue.
Absolutely. Coach Derek Mason joining us here on the program, and always appreciate our conversations with him as the Blue Raider Blitz comes into Nashville at Bridgestone Arena starting at 5:30 this afternoon. August 30th, they'll take on the Govs of Austin Peay.
Huge game.
And then the next week, they go to Wisconsin. So that should be cool.
Yep. And then to Nevada, and then back home versus Marshall. So 4 games right out of the gate. And, boy, you'd love to be sitting there at least, 3-1 would be fantastic.
Oh, it would be fantastic. Chase and Big Joe, we'll talk to Hal Gill, get his thoughts on the draft coming up this weekend, and also some things that the Predators need to do. I'll touch on a few things that have kind of happened in the NHL leading us into this weekend. We'll do that coming up next. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game on this Tuesday. You can weigh in on anything we're talking about. 615-737-1025. Our phone and text line driven by WilsonKennyHyundai.com. Coming up Friday morning, join Robbie Stanley and Paul Kuharski as they broadcast live from the Duncan Grand reopening in Hermitage, 5205 Old Hickory Boulevard. That's coming up this Friday. Starting at 8 o'clock, the first 100 people in line will win free coffee for 100 days. Plus 102.5 The Game will have your chance to win tickets to an upcoming Nashville concert. So looking forward to that.
Might stop
Coming
by
up
and
on
see
Friday.
those guys.
You should. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
The draft, the NHL draft is coming up this week. Of course, we'll have draft night in Smashville on Friday night starting at 6. And when you kind of read through all the experts and the rumors that are out there, a lot of people are watching the Nashville Predators. They have 3 first-round picks, including the 5th overall pick. Now, I do not really see a scenario where they move off that pick unless Barry Trotz is able to swing a deal and move up. He's going to speak today at 3 o'clock, by the way. And I believe is scheduled to join Jared Stillman after that. But I don't see a scenario where they move back. I think he could try to move up. I don't think he'll be able to. And so I think they're picking at 5. And for all of you that are just like, oh, they didn't get a top 3 pick. They were supposed to pick 3rd, and the lottery moved them to 5. They're still going to get a good player. I don't know how quickly that guy can help them, but they're still going to get a good player at 5. So I would just kind of mark that. The other 2 first-round picks, that's what I'm curious of. Is there someone out there that Barry could swing a deal with to get a player that can help them now? I think defense definitely needs to be at the top of his list because you need a right shot defenseman to play alongside Roman Josi. 2, you need an insurance policy for Roman Josi because of this POTS diagnosis.
All right. So if you get I venture to say the right-handed defenseman, right? You're talking about, will not be here. Will get here when Roman Josi's gone, right? Doesn't take like 2 to 3, 4 years.
No, I'm talking about using those picks to make a trade for an established player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to have to they're going to have to either in free agency, which there's not a lot out there, or via a trade, get one of those guys. They have, I heard Robbie say it this morning, I think they have 4 picks in like the top 40 or something like that. You don't have to use all those. Like he's in a really good position, he meaning Barry Trotz, because he's got 2 things. He's got cap space and he's got draft picks. So yes, they need to kind of build for the future and use some of those picks for those things, but he can also use them as currency to add players that can help now. I think that's what he's going to try to do.
Who's the one guy that nobody likes? Marchessault? What Marchessault?
Marchessault?
Was that like, would it be great to get him out of here?
I think that would be a bad move.
Really? I thought nobody liked, or he didn't like Brunette or something.
A lot of that's been taken out of context, I think. Here's the thing. Jonathan Marchessault is a really good player, but he's very he wants things a certain way. He's very outspoken. He's French Canadian. They're known for that. So that he's going to kind of speak his mind. I have, my understanding is he and Bruno have talked and worked stuff out, but I want a guy with that kind of talent. I mean, I don't think he's disrupting the locker room or anything like that. I mean,
wasn't that the rumor? And by the way,
I think some of that was just made up.
The French Canadian comment, it's unnecessary because I'm very good friends with Celine Dion, and she's not that.
I'm sure you are, but
didn't he speak some interview in French and was like, oh, that's taken out of context?
Yeah, I mean, look, again, he's going to speak his mind, but I
don't have no problem with
think
that.
if you bring him back and he's got a little bit of a fire lit under him, I think that could be a good thing.
All right, let me ask you this. This is your opinion, but if you were the GM, who would you like? Like, I'm going to trade my 5 and whatever and one of my players to another team. What player would you get rid of? Stamkos?
From the Predators?
Yep. Would you let Stamkos? Would you try to trade him?
That's a good question.
Once I got to mark that, Dr. Crane.
Probably just because,
It's time.
well, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I think it's time. It's just I don't know that it worked the way he thought it was going to work and that the Predators thought it was going to work. And look, that could reset. He could come back this year and be. I mean, but 53 points for him is not a lot. 27 goals, 26 assists. He was a 40-goal scorer a year before.
Why are we giving Forsberg a pass? Well, he was
We're
not
not.
good.
Who said we are?
I don't know. He's never brought up. I'm not saying trading him, but he's got to play a whole hell of a lot better.
Okay, but I'm gonna bring this up. So he wasn't good. Is that what you said?
He wasn't as Forsbergian as we like.
Okay. He had
Oh, here we go.
he had his third best year of his career.
Okay, still wasn't good enough.
With 76 points and 31 goals. The year before, he had 94 points, 48 goals, 46 assists, almost 100 points. But in his career, before that, 84 points in 21-22 with 42-42. I mean, he's still that one does, because I did the same thing of going like, yeah, he's really got to step it up.
Yeah,
He actually had a pretty good year. He was really the only one,
right.
but
It doesn't seem like, I don't know. Then why do I not think he had? If you're feeling the same way I am about that, then
well, I mean, it's just because you saw him score almost 50 goals the year before,
Right.
and we're thinking he was.
Is
gonna
that what
replicate
he's
that.
attainable to do? I mean, sure.
Yeah,
right?
I think he'll have over 40 goals this year.
Okay.
I think 48 was probably his ceiling. Now I could be wrong.
What's he got in his career goals? You got his stats pulled up there.
Like total, just
goals
overall,
Just-
318.
Ah, man, it's pretty good. Is he the leading scorer, Preds history, goal scorer, or is Leguan still up there?
I think it's him now.
Okay.
Now here's a interesting stat to kind of look at. Like his 82 game average for his career is 33 goals, 38 assists, 72 points. So I mean, he was above his average
Okay.
last year.
All right.
For points, I should say. But yeah, so I think I don't want to say run it back completely, but you've kind of made that decision because you're bringing Andrew Brunette back, which there was a lot of discussion on that, and I personally I thought they'd make a change. That was ultimately what I thought was going to happen, and I could have made you a really good argument for it. I semi understand why they didn't,
Okay.
because I think he is a good coach. I just think it didn't work with this group. So are you going to change the group dramatically, or like what are you hoping is going to change? And that, I think, is the big question on Preds fans' mind and everybody else right now is, was it simply just, hey, last year just sucked. We sucked. We're going to get out of here and clear our heads, and we're going to come back and we're not going to suck anymore. And sometimes that does happen.
All right.
But
You
again, hope is not a strategy.
It's a good line. You said I had a very good hockey question. Does that qualify me to co-host Friday night? The Preds draft thing?
No, probably not.
All right. I'll
No.
work. I'll try to get better.
Robbie and Max. I mean, those
Right.
those are the gold standard there.
Yes.
But so I am curious, because I've heard everybody kind of say if there's going to be a big splash made, the Nashville Predators are probably going to be involved in it.
They did it last year, though, right?
Free agency.
Splash, yeah.
But I mean, like, again, if you're Barry Trotz, yes, you're building for the future, but if you want to keep your job, you got to build for the now. That's kind of how it goes. So I will be very curious this Friday and Saturday to see what they do with, I think they have 9 total draft picks right now. The Eric Halla thing is confusing to me, but I don't know. Thomas in Nashville. No, we don't have you blocked, but I can't respond to everything. Texting in all worried. So no.
What's he worried about?
He sent us like a bunch of texts today, and
About the Preds? It's okay.
No, not about the Preds,
All
but
right.
no, Thomas, you're not blocked. Anyway, coming up next, Hal Gill is going to join the show. We will get his thoughts on everything going on this weekend as you listen to Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063 the game here on this Wednesday. Talking more Preds now. We bring in our man Hal Gill. Skillsy is with us. What's up, Hal? How are you?
I'm doing all right, guys.
Uh,
Happy summer. Hope you guys are enjoying the. It's a little ridiculous, but I'm taking it all in.
hey, that's all you can do. NHL draft coming up on Friday and Saturday, and obviously this could be it will be a big weekend for the Nashville Predators, picking 5th overall. I believe it's 9 total draft picks, including 3 in the first round. Barry Trotz could do a lot of wheeling and dealing come Friday and Saturday to really make this team better. But I'm curious of your thoughts of what the balance should be of looking for the future, building for the future, but also trying to stay competitive in the now, knowing that last season was such a big disappointment.
Yeah, as much as last season was a disappointment, I still think you have a lot of great players, that deserve a chance to win and win now. So, and I know there's a lot of those great players that are watching, going, please give us a chance. We let you down last year, but we can do something here. So they're hoping that something good happens. I will tell you, if I was on this team, I'd be very focused. Usually the draft comes and, you're like, all right, whatever, I'll have to deal with these kids down the road, and you don't really worry about it. But I'm expecting a lot of trades going into this and coming out of draft picks being moved for players. And I think that's something that the Preds certainly could do is move picks and pick up players that could play now. So I'd be real attentive to this draft as a player on the Preds this year.
Do you think that one of the top priorities needs to be a defenseman? And I think going into this, we thought right shot defenseman to play with Yossi, but now with Roman's POTS diagnosis, do you think that it could be a left shot too, just to have an insurance policy to make sure that back end is shored up?
Yeah, the back end, they do need someone. I don't know if that, if that comes through the draft and trading picks, or picking up a free agent, or there's also the offer sheets that can be thrown out there. There's a lot of different ways to go about getting it, but they certainly need someone. I think they are really high on Molendyk, and I think he's going to get a look. Does that mean he plays with Yost, or does that mean they need to get someone else to play with him? A lot of different combinations that you can go with, and you got to find out if you believe in some of the younger guys or if you need to bring someone in. But I definitely think they do need at least one to be brought in.
Hal, when they brought back Eric Holla last week, I thought the next announcement would be that you're coming back. I got all excited.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. Sorry. I used to have that dream for a few years after I retired, but now that dream is gone now.
Well, Chase and I'll carry that dream on for you. With the 3 picks in the first round, I know you want to hit on the 5th pick. Is there a chance with that 3rd pick in the first round, you could take kind of a gamble on a guy, a flyer on a guy that maybe you wouldn't take with the 5th pick or the top 20? Just kind of somebody like, all right, let's take this guy, take a chance on him. Or do you need to go with somebody who's like, all right, we know the road for this guy is going to be here in 3 to 4 years, blah, 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 on and on.
Yeah, I think it's tough. You're always looking for a flyer, and you always want to take a chance on a guy. But at the same time, they're kids. They're all kind of flyers, right? I mean, they're all 18, and, you look at where they were playing and what kind of competition they were playing against. There's some kids like the BC kid, Higgins, that played against college guys, and so you have a good idea of what he does against college. Other kids are juniors, and they're playing against junior kids, and it's a different game. And so, of course, you go to the AHL and the NHL, and it's a pecking order on the way up, and you're trying to see what guy fits the NHL game ultimately. And so they're all flyers, but I think with the capital that they have, why wouldn't you take a risk? The first round, you get labeled as a first rounder, even if you go in the late 26 pick. It's still first round, but it's really not that far off of a second rounder. And so I think out of the top 5 and 6, I think you kind of, and this year seems different, doesn't it? I mean, there's a lot of swapping going on with who's the best top player in this draft. So I think there's going to be someone that's going to take a flyer on someone. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right. A lot of swapping going on. They might take a player down from West Haven. Hey, Hal, let me excuse me. What's the Hal Gill timetable for the number 5 pick to be in Nashville? A year, 2 years, start of the season?
It all depends on the player. I think a lot of these guys are young. I think we look at, guys like Bedard that come out. I don't know if there's one of those guys this year that is popping off the page and saying he's got to play this year. I think last year's draft, you could see some of those guys are just, they're NHL built and ready. But this year, I don't know if they are. And so I think it's a tough year to be, a top pick for the Preds. But at the same time, there's a lot of good players. They're just going to take some time to get into the game and to come up. But that doesn't mean that they're not high-end capable and that they're not going to get there. I just don't think there's any guys right now that I've seen or I've heard of that are just going to pop off the page and be NHL ready. So no matter who it is, I think it's going to take a couple of years.
Hal Gill is with us on the Chase and Big Joe show. If you're Barry Trotz and it's looking like Mitch Marner is going to hit the market and go to free agency, I'm not doing it, but would Hal Gill do it?
I am torn after watching the playoffs, especially this year, and it's always the case. You want a playoff guy. You look at Marchand and Bennett, Tkachuk, all of the Florida's rats, so to speak, are their best players. They score goals and they're rats and they go out and compete and battle. Marner hasn't proven to me that he's that guy that can go and score big goals in playoffs. And so how much money is he worth? How much money is he going to get? That's the question. Like if you're going to pay a guy $12 million, you're going to want a guy that's going to win. It's not just good enough to put up a bunch of points and be as awesome as Marner is without going out and getting it done when it matters. So I just think the price tag is going to be too high. And so I would steer away from it, but he's a heck of a player, a lot of fun to watch. And he the good thing about him is he makes everyone around him better. So, even Matthews, at times I saw him, stuttering and didn't look that good. And all of a sudden he goes on a line with Marner and he starts lighting it up again. I just feel like Marner pushes the pace and makes plays.
Hal, when you drafted in 1993, did you have any idea you were going to Boston?
I didn't know that the draft was happening. I got a
Why does that
phone
not
call.
shock me?
I thought it was one of my buddies messing around with me, and then he said, "No, this is Joe Lyons from the Boston Bruins," and I laughed at him. I think I handed the phone off to my mom because I was like, "I don't know who this is, and I don't know why they're messing with me." So, it wasn't really a thing. And being an 8th rounder, they weren't inviting me to go to wherever it was. It's a good point. I don't know where it even was. But it wasn't a thing, and it was an honor to be drafted by the Bruins, being from Boston. And it got me some street cred. All my friends thought I was pretty cool, but it didn't really matter that much in my mind, other than that's pretty cool. And then I just went to work and I played hockey the way I always did.
What were you doing? I mean, I'm befuddled by this, Hal.
I just mowed the lawn and I was inside, and I remember, we had the big long cord on the phone. And so I had the long cord, and I went over and I walked all the way across the room to hand the phone off to my mom. Just like I had no idea. I didn't even know. I didn't even really know there was a draft. And I had a couple of friends that got drafted, but I didn't really think it was anything that I should be concerned with.
That is fantastic. Hal, before we let you go, we haven't heard from Andrew Brunette yet since it was basically decided he was going to be back. What's something you want to see from him when he walks into training camp coming up in September that will kind of make you think, all right, he's taking some time to really look at things, look at himself as a coach, and hit reset?
I don't think there's any one thing in particular that I would look for from him. I will 100% be looking at players. Are they buying in? If the players buy in, then we got something going. And that's not just one or two. I think he needs everyone buying in, and if he gets that, then I think they're going to have success. I think he's a smart coach in recognizing systems and how to play them. I just think he needs to get the buy-in from every guy on the team, and if he gets that, then I think they're going to be cooking with some gas.
Yep, I think you are correct, sir. Hal, appreciate it as always. We're looking forward to this Friday, and I know you'll be out and about, but it's going to be here before we know it. So thanks so much for doing this.
I know, exciting times. This is a this then leading up to unrestricted free agency. I think there's going to be some fireworks, so I'm excited about it.
Yep, no doubt about it. Thanks, Hal.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Hal Gill, aka Skillsy, joining us here on the program to kind of talk a little Nashville Predators hockey. And again, Barry Trotz going to talk today to the media around 3:00, and then supposed to join Jared Stillman at Bridgestone Arena after that. So we look forward to hearing what he has to say as the Predators get ready to draft and make some changes coming up this weekend. With that, before we get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays, we've been doing this a lot. Caller number 3 at 615-737-1025 will win a 4-pack of tickets to the FIFA Club World Cup match at Geodis Park this Thursday night. Caller number 3, 615-737-1025, and you will be a lucky winner. What day is it? And celebrity birthdays coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063, the game here on this Tuesday. Is this what you play at your West Haven parties?
I got a whole. Do you want me to give you the playlist? I'll share it with you.
Yeah, share it with me. That'd be great.
Party all the time, Eddie Murphy. I mean, that's
a good
one song. Yeah.
Appreciate Hal Gill for joining us here on the program, and looking forward to the draft coming up this weekend. This week's Nashville's best deal is Red's Hot Chicken. Red's Hot Chicken on West End is bringing the heat. Don't miss their hot chicken and waffles or the mac and cheese crunch wrap. Grab a $30 gift card for only $15 while supplies last at thegamenashville.com/deals. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays. It is brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc. Use their electrical division for installations, inspections, upgrades, and more. JarrettCompaniesInc.com. Above and beyond industry standards.
All right, gentlemen. First on the list, we have Celebration of Senses Day. So like your smelling senses, all that. Yep. International Fairy Day is today. So I guess if you're a fairy, today's your day. Tooth Fairy. Yeah, there's that. Museum Comes to Life Day. Night at the museum. That's something. National Pralines Day, also known as National Creamy Pralines Day. You can eat those during the holidays, I believe. Swim a Lap Day is today. So you could probably.
Especially after creamy pralines.
Yeah. You got to wait 30 minutes, though.
Yeah.
Make sure so you don't get a stomach ache.
Too much cream give you
big time.
And then World UFO Day. So you got to watch out for those flying saucers up in the sky.
Do you believe in flying saucers, Dr. Crane?
Yeah, to some degree. Depends
No,
on
that's not what I'm asking. Yes or no?
It's a vast universe.
Yeah.
There is no way we're the only intelligent life in this universe.
A lot of fairies out there.
Yes. If there is Area 51, yes, there is some form of a UFO.
Fairies at Area 51?
Probably. Maybe.
Okay.
It depends on what your definition is to a fairy.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
With that, let's get to
that's it.
I'm sorry.
Let's get to celebrity birthdays.
All right. Celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2 years on either side of it. Come see why this is America's most popular game. Our first birthday this morning is the drummer and the guy that founded Fleetwood Mac, Mick Fleetwood. How old is Mick Fleetwood?
I'm going to say he's 82.
73.
78. What are you looking at?
You just working. Sorry.
Okay. This is your priority. RoboCop, Peter Weller, one of the great movies of all time. RoboCop, Peter Weller.
Define great.
It's one that is got a massive cult following because it's different.
77.
82.
78. Chaser knows his cult followings.
How old was Mick Fleetwood?
He is 79.
Oh, okay.
Cool. My bad there. Mindy Kaling, Kelly Kapoor from The Office.
48.
42.
46. Chaser's up 2-0. Well done. By the way, she wrote the famous episode with the Office where Dwight takes the mask off the dummy. I forget the name of that episode, but very well done.
CPR.
CPR.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you. Going down here, some more birthdays. All right. From Karen Fairchild from Knott's Landing, Michelle Lee. How old is Michelle Lee today?
68.
72.
83. Actor director George Stanford Brown. He was in the TV show The Rookies.
79.
81.
82. He was also in the movie Stir Crazy. Actress Nancy Allen. She was in Carrie with John Travolta. She was also the other cop in RoboCop. Nancy Allen.
Of course. 74.
76.
Oh, 75. It's a push. Actor Joe Penny was in Jake and the Fat Man and Riptide.
73.
77.
69.
Nice.
Musician Sadia Garrett. She sang that song with Michael Jackson. I Can't Stop Loving You. I just can't stop loving you.
62.
65.
65 exactly. Dr. Crane goes on top 3-2. Bass player Kurt Smith of Tears for Fears. Kurt Smith of Tears for Fears.
60. No, 71.
77.
64. Actor Sherry Stringfield, one of the nurses on ER.
62.
68.
58. Singer Glenn Medeiros. Never gonna give it up for you. Much I love you.
67.
73.
55. 55. Beyonce sisters. Solange? Solange?
So long? What?
Solange?
Farewell.
Solange? Solange? Beyonce sister.
42.
45.
39. All right. We got 3 sports birthdays. Dr. Green's up 3-2. Gary Suter, former NHL player.
Ryan's uncle, I think. 72.
75.
61. It says he was born in Cookeville, Tennessee. J.J. Redick. Is he still the coach of the Lakers?
Yeah.
J.J. Redick.
Yeah. I liked him too when he was at Duke because nobody else liked him. I'm going to say he's 41.
39.
41 exactly. Chase McCabe goes up 4-3. Final birthday. You guys are great. These games have always come down to the wire. We talked about him earlier. Lionel Messi.
Oh.
How old is Lionel? Is it Lionel?
Lionel.
Lionel.
Leo.
Mama calls him Lionel. I'm calling him Lionel.
39.
Yeah, I was around that number. I'm going to go 40.
Had you gone the other way, you're the
He's
one.
38, isn't he?
He's 38. Chase McCabe takes it home 5-3.
Well done.
What a battle again. Good job, Chase.
That was a good one. We'll try and do better tomorrow. That's going to do it for us.
Yeah, please try better. Hey, to our guys out there, we close every show with this message. Know that we love you. If you're going through something on your cell phone, you call or text 988. We just ask, whatever you're going through, please talk to someone. You'll feel so much better when you reach out. Reach out to that number. Reach out to us. We are so grateful for the men who've reached out to us the last year and a half. Know that we love you. Know that sometimes your journey is difficult, but it's your journey. And I tell you every day that our world is a better place because you are here. And I want you to know that. Know how much you are loved, not only by us, but please know this more than anything else in the world, that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD coming up next here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game.